All right. What led me to come across Phet interactive simulations was during our study of waves. Even though we had some things set up in the classroom, students just couldn't see. They couldn't pause. They had to see in real time, and for some of my students that was quite a challenge. So I went through here. You click on Play with Simulations. I just kind of browsed, and I was like, oh, there's one of the waves. And so I clicked on it. Obviously, I went straight to it and started playing around with it before I did anything. But if you see here below this, usually this drop down is not clicked up there, but if you hit for teachers, you'll find all kinds of teacher-submitted activities. And that's where I suggest that you begin. We don't have to reinvent the wheel always. Sometimes you have to adapt things to your own classroom. Certainly I've done that. But I chose to use an activity that was already on here. I did more activities. Sometimes you got to dig a little deeper. And I like the one here by Valerie Chaplin. You can see it over here. When I click on this, you'll see there's more resources. There's actually a key, and she has the student learning guide, and a Word document, and a PDF file. I usually have the students use the PDF. It's easier for them to use WePad and eBackpack. But I may give students an option this year with Docs, since we'll have all the Google arsenal. To get started, I kind of give the kids a little bit of time to get them into the simulation, and I allow them to kind of explore. So before I hand this student exploration guide, I get them into this. I let them explore. I let them change some things. I'm actually just going to show you a little mistake that I was made. Notice this looks a lot different. This C-clamp is a lot different than this little guy. And it's a good learning opportunity. I just chose the Flash right here. I want to go to the HTML5 version, because this one works on our iPads and it's the updated version of this. Anytime you see this symbol, it will allow our students to work with these on their iPad. No Flash, no Java, no issues. So stay away from these. If you see this symbol, you're good to go. You can still use these, but you need to be on a Dell or a Mac that has all the Flash upgrades. Sometimes getting all those upgraded when you're the first one in the lab that morning, that takes a little while. So I'll let students get in here and look at the pipe wrench. I'll let them kind of choose. I kind of go around and listen to some of the observations. I don't really answer any of their questions at this time. They ask me, well, what does damping mean or anything? I let them like, well, change it and see if you can make any observations about what it does. So then I have them walk across and put their iPads down, and we just kind of go over the learning goals of this activity, and I give them their exploration guide. I usually just have this up on the screen at the time because this is all done on their iPad. So I usually have them partner up. One partner has the exploration guide, the other partner has a simulation up. So read through the learning goals, and it's very important for the setup. And this helps kids where they're setting this up in the lab, might have error. They set it up here, we're going to get consistent results, and it helps build a good foundation. So the first thing the students have to do in this activity is change this to a pulse. Make sure this is fixed in. Change the damping slider to none. Keep attention, and I want to click the rulers. You've got to have data. I always try to incorporate that. It's an essential part of anything that we do in our class. So then, the green button is in a single pulse. We'll let the observations begin. We kind of use this as a good starting point. Everybody's seeing the same thing happening on the screen. We're all at the same point at this time. And you can kind of make observations. Some students kind of get a little ahead, and while they're doing this, while it's moving, they play with it, and they finally figure out what damping means. Some of them start doing multiple clicks of the damping, and we get this craziness going on. And good thing we have a restart. Okay. The next part of this activity, that I use allows the students to start working with their partners and just kind of a guided tour. And they're able to figure out different properties of waves just by their observations. Not me sitting up here giving a lecture or a PowerPoint, them actually doing something. You don't have to worry about the lab being set up wrong. Just have to make sure that they're, usually if they have something, some option chosen correctly, they end up figuring it out because their answers aren't matching up to what's going on at their table. But like this activity, it goes over amplitude, wavelength, proposing some vocabulary like oscillation, frequency. It has wave period in it as well. There's just units. Students are able to collect data in real time. Another neat feature is usually oscillate and come in. It's like it going out the window. But it has slow motion. And that's what really led me to this, is because in classroom we can't do that. When I set up my wave generator and things, some kids see it, some kids don't. And this allows us to do that. And they're able to pause, and they're able to move their rulers and take measurements. You make no mistakes making the measurements using the right units. It's all in centimeters. That should give you an idea. And I'll let you kind of guide you guys through finding your own, what you can use in your classroom.